The woods? No. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Did you hear me, butterfly? Miles to go before you sleep. Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to the 2022 Christmas giveaway. That's right, I'm giving away this here very slightly used Echo 590 Timberwolf that I have converted into a dire wolf, or at least the beginnings of one. So I just got finished running this saw, and she runs pretty good. Nothing spectacular though. I'm still working on the porting combination, and it seems like it's getting a tiny bit of spitback. Not enough to worry yourself over. It'll be fine. Lots of ported saws have spitback, but you learn, right? You learn. A lot of the steels have spitback so bad that they actually created a plastic piece to catch all that extra fuel. So it is kind of finicky to tune. The best way to tune it for sure is in the wood. And but it runs spectacular. It fires up flawless, does not run hot. It pulls good. It's got good power, probably a smidge more than what you would have from a nicely well broken in 590, probably. Yeah, this is it. Looks great, runs great. Is it a monster of a ported saw? No, it's not. So don't expect that. But hey, it's free, so Merry Christmas. Now here's the way this is going to go. Regardless of whether or not I'm super excited about how much power it has, at this point I'm kind of jaded with all of that because it takes a really powerful saw to light me up. And you've seen how critical I've been of the 400, right? So, it runs great. It's really excellent. But the dealio is this is a very nice saw. This is, I would say, definitely easily has the value of $500. Whether or not you'd pay that for it is completely questionable, but you know, it has some serious modifications that are very nice. It has been ported, but the port job is basically just nothing more than the addition of some compression. So you're not really getting any speed or anything like that from the port job. What you'll end up getting is just more compression, which translates directly into more torque, and that's it. You do have a flywheel advance key, which I'm going to go ahead and throw this out here. I'm pretty sure the next time I do one of these, I won't be using that because I think you gain no power. So maybe you would if you could speed up the saw, but you can't speed up the saw. So sorry, Matt, that's going to be a useless modification if you ask me. And why can't you speed up the saw? Coils limited. And the compression, if you raise the exhaust roof too high, you're going to lose all of your compression, so you can't go with a high exhaust roof anyway. So this thing's never going to be a 14,000 RPM screamer. So that's why I think that addition advanced key is just pointless at this point. I'm learning everything about these things, and I'm coming up with my formula. So the air filter upgrade, though, is excellent, the O-ring kit. It does have the carburetor high jet modified, and yeah, she fires up, runs good. Got the hammerhead pipe on it, flowing out. It's really nice. So, but anyways, now that you know about the saw, I do have to say, for the testing purposes, I have a Husqvarna C83 chain on here. You won't get that. You'll get the chain that goes with it. which is a Oregon safety chain, double raker chain. It's a full chisel, but double raker chain. The reason this is on here is because the other one was a little bit too dull. You know, I mean, it was dull. You know, that's how much this thing had been used. Probably a person cut up one branch with it and dulled the chain by going into the ground or something, but it was dull and it wasn't cutting. So I went ahead and put this Husqvarna chain on it. But I'm keeping that. You'll have to sharpen the chain when you get it. Okay, so how do you go about winning this? I got thinking about it, and because this is just a nice saw, and I feel like it's got considerable value. The idea of leaving it up to chance is hoo-ha to me. Phooey. No good. Right? I don't like that idea. I like the idea of someone deserving the saw. So, everyone, as long as you are a subscriber, is free to play and have a chance to win. Whoever gets everything right, I will be checking and making sure you're a subscriber. I'm not going to send it to somebody that doesn't subscribe to the channel. But there's going to be 3 tests. 3. They're going to be hard, but they're not impossible. Learn how to use the Google. One of them is not, 2 of them are not going to matter how you use the Google. One of them will matter how you use the Google. But 2 of them, it's going to be your own brain power that figures them out. And all 3 correct answers must be in 1 comment. So pay attention here, okay? 1 comment. Now you can make as many comments as you want. You can get in there, you can say, I like this is fun. You can get in there, you can give guesses. If you want to do that, I think it's silly to do that because then you're giving other people chances of what's in your brain, unless you don't care about winning it. Then I understand. Some people just want to play the game. Oh, before I get too far, I want to say, you can do whatever you want with this. If you want to get it and immediately sell it, you go for it, bruv. If you want to get it and pass it along to a friend. If you're a lady friend or whatever, and you are getting this for your significant other, right? That's perfectly fine. If you're an old dude who's like, honestly, I just remember the good old days and I like running chainsaws, but I don't have a use for that because I've got 80 chainsaws already. But I do know a guy, or there is this kid that I like, and and you want me to send it to them? You go for it. But here's how it's going to work. I'm not going to give you but 1 hint. 1. And that is, I am not Robert Frost. Okay? That's your 1 hint. All the rest of them, you can say stuff in the comments, and I'm not going to say, that was close. Nothing. I want this to be difficult. I want this to take days before somebody figures it out. I don't think that it will, but I want this to be difficult because I want you to earn it, because too many times it's up just who the first person to call in the radio station gets $5,000 and a trip to Jamaica, right? I don't want it to be left up to chance. I don't want this to go to an idiot. I don't like idiots, straight up. Now, if you can't guess this, does that mean you are automatically an idiot? No. This is going to be hard. But if you can guess this, all 3 of them, it does mean you're smart. So these are good ones. All right, first up. First up is a quote, and roll that beautiful bean footage. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Did you hear me, butterfly? Miles to go before you sleep. Who am I? Okay, so you see the saw runs good. Like I said, it's nothing special. It's nothing to hoot and holler about. But I think what's going to happen is whenever it breaks in, you're going to have good compression over what it was stock and therefore have more torque. And that's what this saw is, right? Good torque saw. I wasn't really aiming at anything more than that, really. All right. Oh, well, I guess learning and giving you guys something. So next up, I wouldn't say I like math, but I do like little math games. And so this is a math game that I created, right? I mean, I've seen other ones like it, but this one comes out of my brain. And there's a pattern. You need to find the pattern that is established on the screen in front of you right now. And that pattern will allow you to answer the question. Okay, next up, final one. The riddle. This again is out of my brain. So the ones that are out of my brain, the internet will not help you. To know me is to know second chances. With every caress, I offer rejuvenation. Yet to use me requires practice and a healthy amount of dedication. I come in many sizes, large and small, but I am most certainly not a one-size-fits-all. With all of the new life that I bring, a little kindness seems a small thing to ask. But when my handler is finished with me, I am nothing more but destined for the trash. What am I? Okay, so I am going to read this one again, but yeah, the goal of this is get you to watch the video over and over again. All right, so to know me is to know second chances. With every caress, I offer rejuvenation. Yet to use me requires practice and a healthy amount of dedication. I come in many sizes, large and small, but I am most certainly not a one-size-fits-all. With all the new life I bring, a little kindness seems a small thing to ask. Yet, when my handler is finished with me, I am nothing more than destined for the trash. So, what am I? There you have it. This is going to, of course, it's going to be on YouTube, but I'm also going to share it with a couple of the chainsaw forums. I want to give people a chance to see. For all of you guys that have been sitting out there waiting for this, and you're biting your fingernails, wanting to be the first one to the video because you think that is going to give you a heads up, I think you see now that it's not going to give you a heads up. I mean, maybe a little one, of course. If somebody comes 10 hours late, you've had 10 hours to think of this. But I bet you it's going to take a couple days for somebody to hit this. I think it is. So there's your 3 riddles to win this. The first person to have it in the comments, and you might want to do a fresh comment. You know, a lot of people like to comment on the comment that they just left, right? But whenever you think you have the right 3 answers, all 3 of them goes in one comment and make it a fresh comment. That way, because, you know, sometimes I may not see the comments that are added to a comment. You know, I'm a human. I can make a mistake. So in order to save me from the possibility of making a mistake, whenever you think you've got the answer and you want to post all 3 in one comment, you make it a fresh new comment. That way it's going to show up, and because the idea that you can make a comment within 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes, and then keep tacking on to that, and I'll still somehow think that you made the comment within 5 minutes, that's folly. I can see how old it is. I can see how many minutes long it is and stuff. So that doesn't work. And whoever the winner is, I will definitely do an announcement on it, and I will explain the riddles in a video after someone gets it. Okay? And yeah. Later.